Hi. So, since day one of my channel, I've built this up to help people. And since the start, really, I was speaking about Hecate because she guided me to do this, not just for her and to speak about her, about other stuff too. But as time goes by, like everyone, we learn more, we change, we grow, we've got more information. Now on the channel, I've got over 100 videos talking about Hecate, and I'll never stop talking about her. I'll always do that, among other things. But I feel it's time to start readdressing some of my older content to see if there's anything else I can add to it or if anything else has changed. So I'm going to be starting with my most popular video, which it says it was only a year ago, but it's not. It's a year and a half at least. So this video here is my most popular one on the channel. It took off in, I think it was October 2023. That's when that video just took off. And people still watch it today. It's what YouTube calls evergreen content. So if you're looking up Hecate, it's one of the things people see. So I'm going to readdress this one. 5 signs of her presence. Let's get into it. I'll quickly say, if you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I'm Sarah, that divination witch. Hit subscribe. The channel is a safe space. You can share, you can ask questions, we don't judge. And if you want to support me in the channel, all of my links are in the description. I'd be grateful if you could have a look because it helps me continue to make videos. I do readings, I teach a lot on Patreon about tarot, Hecate, magic, going through pathworking, got a community, all sorts going on. So thank you, thanks for that. Hello, it's me, that divination witch. I hope you're well. I'm here with a witchy video. Let's get into it. Oh, there's something in my eye. If you don't know who I am, hi, hello. My name is Sarah and I go by that divination witch online. I started posting on TikTok first, posting readings, and then I've transformed into posting on YouTube. And I'm here to share my spiritual journey, sharing hints and tips, information I've learned, to share with you guys in a down-to-earth, practical, no-nonsense type of way. And if you're interested in that, please do hit subscribe. I've also got a link tree below, which I'd be so grateful if you could check out. If you want a reading from me, we've got an Etsy store and a Patreon. Yeah, thank you. Hello, hello, hello. I am here to talk about my favourite person, Hecate. If you are a regular on my channel, then you know Hecate. Oh, I'm just pausing it a second. I just want to say, like, I know it's myself, but I feel like I'm kind of like so much younger then, even though I was in my 30s still. Obviously I'm still in my 30s now, but like I've changed so much. And that hair, I know I've put highlights in my hair now, but yeah, that's my natural hair colour. And I'm like, it's so dark. Also, I love how I matched my eye makeup to my nose piercing and the tapestry behind me. I had that on my wall for so long. I loved it. Hecate is my mother and she means everything to me. She is my main goddess. She has helped me so much and I'm so grateful to her. And I've said this before in videos, but part of me doing this channel is not only to share my experience, but to share Hecate, just to talk about her, and it's kind of a devotion to her. Today I'm going to talk about 5 ways you know Hecate is reaching out to you. Number 1, and the most obvious thing, is symbolism. And in any video online you're going to get this, and I could have made a top 20 talking about symbolism of Hecate. But Hecate is linked to dogs most commonly, especially black dogs. She's linked to owls, serpents, the moon, the night, darkness, keys, doorways, crossroads, polecats, horses, dragons, bulls and cows to an extent. Anything else, Mum? Flowers, daffodils, narcissus plants, lavender, garlic, dark crystals like obsidian, labradorite, anything dark. Skulls. She does like a skull. Anything else, Mum? Blackbirds like crows and corvids. I have said owls already. Bats to an extent, only because they are nighttime creatures. Oh, moths. I don't personally like moths. I have a bit of a phobia. I know, working with Hecate, and she does like to send a moth sometimes. And I've given her some like taxidermy type moths. But yeah, still don't like them. But moths especially, because they're nighttime creatures, and not only are they nighttime creatures, but they symbolise dead people, essentially. Especially in some cultures, they say moths and butterflies are spirits of lost loved ones, so that's sweet. But yes, moths. And I said moths, but I haven't said spiders. Sometimes spiders as well. So yeah, that's just quite, well, that was quite a substantial list of things there off the top of my head. But if you are seeing things like that more regular, then it could be a sign of Hecate reaching out to you. Now, I want to preface this with, if you're seeing things online, and if you're interested in her, and if you're Googling her or whatever, your phone, your computer is going to know what you're looking up. I do believe spirit can reach out through technology, because it's modern times, of course they can. But right, I'm pausing it there a second, because I'm like, wow. First, yes, all right, I love Hecate. That's not changed. She is my mother, but I get why. So I had another YouTuber say, you're emotionally immature, you've got parent wounds, and basically called me out for calling Hecate a mother. And I can see why, because that does come across kind of like that in a way. But so what? At that time, I didn't realise it, but I was healing my inner child. I've changed so much in that since 2023 that video was filmed. Even though it says 1 year ago, it was more than that. Yeah, I've changed so much. So yeah, I was softer with her, and she was softer with me. Not to say she can't be, not to say she isn't. Hecate is everything, right? She is. I've learned more about her since then. She's shown herself to me as a great dragon, as the creator. And I've spoke about that on the channel too. So she has her foot in so many different doors. She is the goddess of the liminal, of the threshold. She is the personification of that anyways. So when I've talked about symbols there, yes, I agree. They're all some of her more common ones. And where do they come from? Well, they come from antiquity. They come from her mythologies, her different epithets. Even the spider, which was the last one I mentioned. I didn't elaborate on that, but spiders are the weavers of fate. Hecate is linked with that. That's why. So all these symbols could be Hecate, yes, but they could also be very personal to you, okay? Because she is everything, you know. She could establish a connection with you that is very unique to you and her, you know. So now, as it's evolved, I'm just learning, like, to be honest, I'm just seeing dragons, not just online, but like things to do with dragons are popping up at the minute because of this revelation she's given me. But the thing is, maybe that could be just my mind as well, but you know, use your discernment. But yeah, symbols can evolve is what I'm trying to say. But I do like that I mentioned the algorithm, and especially even since 2023, AI is out of bloody control, and I've had some posts and videos on the channel about it, but there are so many AI channels flooding YouTube, and not just YouTube, other social medias, with misinformation, AI just making stuff up, and YouTube favours them. There's stuff about Hecate that gets hundreds of thousands of views in like 2 seconds because they favour AI, and it's not all historical, it's not all someone's experience, it's just made up, okay? So please remember that everything has an algorithm these days online, even your phone. You know, even I've got a Google Pixel phone at the minute. You know, even that has a freaking algorithm. They're listening to you all the time. I know you've got settings, you can turn these things off, but just bear that in mind, okay? But yeah, and the mother thing as well, although I'm like, oh, it's a little bit cringe. You know, I was in me inner child then, I was healing that. Don't forget she is a mother though, okay? And mother goddesses have been a thing throughout history, so yeah. Don't ever feel ashamed for it, although I did cringe. If you need to heal your inner child, heal it. She will heal it with you. She did for me. Anyways, let's continue. Don't forget, technology has algorithms, so the likes of TikTok and YouTube and wherever, it knows what you're interested in, it learns about you, it profiles you in the background. So not every single sign, if it's just online, is going to be her, alright, if you are interested in her. Number 2, and this seems a bit obvious as well, but more spiritual activity around you. Now, you could be just unfortunate and live in a haunted house. That might be fortunate for some people if you're into that. If you want that to happen, I've noticed my hair. You could live in a haunted house, you know, or you could just be opening up in a spiritual way. But if it's out of the ordinary, more spiritual activity than normal, then I would say that could be her. Now, there are scaremongering stories that people like to spread online, and I've witnessed them, and I've tried to debunk them, sort of thing, and be like, look, that's not going to happen. She's not going to go out of her way to scare you. She doesn't mean to scare people, but she is a goddess of the restless dead, and that means spirits that haven't found peace yet, and she helps them find peace, basically. So even in mythology, Hecate herself, she is normally followed by such spirits. So a lot of the time, more spiritual activity is not actually her, it's the spirits that are following her. And it's not because they mean bad either, and it's not intentional, but it just comes with the territory. So if you are interested in her, you will probably find that you will have more spirits around you, and it can be a scary thing. It can. I put myself in my... Sorry about that. The fire alarm in my building just went off in the middle of recording this, and I had to pause. So let's unpause. My own shoes a few years back, I used to be scared, but I feel like with knowledge comes power, and I'm desensitized to it now. I'm just like, oh well, hi, bye. At the end of the day, these things and people, they can't hurt you if you don't let them. Hopefully that made sense. So if you believe that you have power, then you can be resilient to these things, is what I'm trying to say. We all kind of live in fear, you know, it's just the way we're programmed, especially in this society, and with religious trauma it can be hard. But just know she is not doing this on purpose to hurt or to scare or frighten. But it may happen. So more spiritual activity, it could be like things moving, things going missing, orbs, you know, just little things like that. That's what I mean. But don't freak out. Just try and stay calm as best you can. It doesn't always mean it's a bad thing, you know, it's not intentional. And you know, if it got really bad, I mean, in my whole years of working with her, it's never been that bad. You know what I mean? But ask her to stop, ask her to leave. She would do that. And yeah, I mean, I'm here to help if needed, as best I can, you know. And I'm sure there are other Hecate witches who would do the same. But yeah, that's number 2. All right, so I agree with that to an extent. I want to add some more. So Hecate, yes, she rules over the liminal, so she rules over the lost souls, and it is said even in antiquity that she is followed by the restless dead, the lost souls, because she's getting them to where they need to be. And when you are brand new to spirituality, whether you're a witch or not, when you're first opening up, you will experience increased spiritual activity, whether you like it or not. And that's not just a Hecate thing, okay? She gets a bad rap for it. I think it's people fear-mongering, to be honest. In all my years, even now, I've never known it be because of her, or even because of the things around her or the people around her. She can be very fearsome, okay? She rules over heaven and hell and everything. Now, in all my years of working with her since 2018, I've never had that happen still, like I say in the video, from her or her people. She wouldn't let that happen. She would not let, an evil spirit from who was following her, for example, someone's a lost soul who's very nasty. She's not going to let them attack you out the blue. She is a mother. A mother wouldn't do that, okay? If a mother to all, she's the creator, is how I see her now. So it's not because of her and her stuff, but you will see increased activity if you're brand new, and you will be tested. And Hecate, she may let the tests happen because you need to grow as a person. You're learning about this, you're opening up to this, so you need to know how to handle yourself. It's like becoming streetwise. It's like, a mother bird teaching the babies how to fly, sort of thing. You've got to fly the nest at some point. That's kind of the energy she has. So if there's something really heinous and nasty there, she won't let them just attack you or whatever. But as for the increased spiritual activity, when I said they ask her to leave, I mean she would, but it's not her. So what I would be saying is you need to look after yourself. You need to learn, okay? You can't be lazy with this. And Hecate can be tough love like that, and she'd tell you, look, you can't be lazy. So if you are opening up and you're learning, okay, and if you don't know what to do yet and something happens beyond your control, she will help you. She'll step in and help you. But if you're being a lazy twat, if you know better and you're still not doing better, she won't step in. It's to teach you a lesson. It's happened to me. I didn't keep on top of my cleansings, my spiritual cleansings for me, not my house, for me. And then I had a parasite attached to my aura. I had to deal with that. She could have if she bloody wanted to, but I knew better. I was just being lackadaisy. I had to deal with that. So that's what I'm saying. You will get increased activity, but that's why you learn. That's why your fundamentals, especially if you're a witch, you learn your protections, your cleansings, your banishings. You learn these things, your fundamentals. You learn to walk before you can run. And you need to keep up with these things as well. Don't become complacent as time goes on. I'm guilty of that too, like I've just said. As time goes on, you think, oh, it won't happen to me, or I don't need to do it as much, or whatever, lackadaisy. She won't step in if you know better, and if you can handle it. But if it's something above your pay grade, so to speak, she will protect you, okay? If you are one of her devotees, she saved my bacon quite a lot in that regard. So, yeah. All right. Just wanted to add that bit. 3, wanting to learn. And it kind of ties in with some other points I've already made, but wanting to learn more about her, but not just her, the occult, mythology, magic, witchcraft, wanting to know more about spirituality, wanting to know the answers to things. A lot of her people are curious, like me. I am very curious, and I like to learn. I like to learn different points of view from different cultures, from different religions, different beliefs and backgrounds. And life is a learning journey, and you never stop learning. But there was a point in my life where I wasn't as interested, you know. It wasn't until she reached out, and then now it's just second nature. I'm always learning, and I'm sharing as well. So wanting to learn more than you normally would want to learn, that is normally a big sign of her, because she wants us as a goddess to transform, to be stronger. You know, she is, like I say, a transformative goddess, and she creates very strong, independent people who are her sons and daughters. You know, her sons and daughters normally have gone through things, and she helps us grow and get strong and be independent and not be afraid. So learning about things eliminates fear. The more you understand, the less you fear. So that's number 3.
I agree with that still. It could be for any deity though as well. I have noticed I go down different rabbit holes myself, and I'm drawn to things for a reason. Hecate could be leading that with some of it, but other deities too, you know, learning about different cultures, different beliefs, things like this. Yes, that is a thing. Always keep an open mind, never say never. I myself, and I've said it on the channel before, I've stood on podiums to say, oh, that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. No, keep an open mind, because you'll be proven wrong. Okay, the seeds of truth and everything. It doesn't mean you have to agree with everything. No one person has all the right answers, but learn and keep an open mind. And yes, I agree with that sentiment that knowledge is power, and the more you know, the less you fear.
And that goes into number 4, which ties in with the last 2 points as well, and that is conquering fear. So Hecate, being the transformative goddess she is, I have said she doesn't purposely frighten or scare people. You know, she's not malicious in that way. That doesn't mean you won't feel fear if she's reaching out to you. She wants you to face your fears in a healthy way, but she wants you to do that to be stronger, like me and the moth, you know, or me and spirits. Like I've done that before, you know, when she was first reaching out to me. I mean, I've had some not so nice spirits here, and I've had to banish them, but I wasn't brand new at that point. She puts you in situations that she knows you can handle, and she's there with you, backing you up and helping you. And if things did get tough and you couldn't handle it, she would step in. She wouldn't just leave you and just let you suffer, because she's, like I say, she's not a malicious goddess in that way. She wants us to be independent and strong and not have to ask for help, you know. That's the whole point, and this could take years and years and years. But at first, yeah, wanting to face fears, wanting to conquer them, wanting to understand and learn, that is another strong sign of her helping you and reaching out to you. And number 5, I've put...
What did I just say earlier? Yeah, I haven't watched this since I made it. Yeah, totally agree.
Because I made this little list. I've put healing journey, and I guess it's wanting to heal is another sign of her. Now this sign is of Hecate, but could be of other beings as well. And I've also put as a little bonus point that other deities related to her, like one I've just spoke about in another video, Persephone is one, or her mother, Asteria. Asteria once reached out to me, or Artemis is linked with her. You know, different deities linked to Hecate may want to help you alongside Hecate herself. And it's all about a healing journey, like I say. So another sign of Hecate is healing and being open to transform, you know? Hopefully that made sense. And yes, that comes hand in hand with other deities assisting in that, like Artemis, Persephone, and so on that I mentioned. But yeah, I just wanted to run through the signs that aren't just stereotypical things you'd hear online, like the list at the beginning, like the symbols of her. She is, like I say, a goddess of transformation. She wants us to be strong and independent people. And yeah, that's it really, I suppose. If you've got any questions about her, please let me know. I'm happy to help and answer. If there's anything else you want to know about her, want me to cover, let me know. And until next time, stay
Safe, stay witchy. You know what? For that being a video I made in 2023, and a lot has changed since then, and a lot of my opinions have changed since then, that is actually a solid video. I'm actually happy with that. That can stay. That can stay. Because there's some videos I look back and go, oh, I need to take that one down, or I need to redo it, or whatever. You know, things have changed, opinions have changed. You know, I used to stand on podium, like I said, and be like, no, I'm right, you're wrong. No, there's nothing like that. But I was quite grounded there. I'm proud of myself for that one. Younger me, even though I wasn't that young, but feels it. Oh, my screen's still recording, so let's stop that. But yeah, so overall, I agree. Now, that last point about healing, yes, Hecate wants us to heal because she doesn't want us to be lost souls, ultimately. I think the point I was trying to make then, because I didn't understand her the way I do now, was when it comes to deity work, deities in general, you're speaking with one from one pantheon and you're working with them from that pantheon. You will get other deities linked to them come through to help you, which is what I was saying there. So I was thinking of Hecate as part of the Greek Hellenic pantheon, but Hecate is much more than that. And divinity in general is much more than that. And to be honest, now I'm understanding them all as parts of a whole, that it transcends pantheons. And really, in this day and age, because we're so interconnected, it's just the face we get is who we need, regardless of the pantheon, regardless of the culture. The face we get is who we need, who we understand at that time, and all that jazz. I will say, and it comes across in this video, Hecate will meet you where you were at. So if you don't understand her as a creator of everything, that's okay. She will meet you as to where you're at. So if you only see her as a Hellenic goddess in that guise, she'll meet you where you're at. She will. You don't have to agree with everyone else's takes on things. She won't overwhelm you like that. She will reveal things to you as and when you need them, and as and when you can understand them. And yes, she will be supportive. She'll be your biggest cheerleader in that regard. She'll be there for you. And you may not always know it, because her name means works from afar, and she is that liminal goddess. And sometimes she is just there and you don't even know it, and she's helping. So yeah, overall, solid video. I don't mind that one. I'm going to be revisiting some of the popular ones, and especially the spirits and deities I've met over the years series. I haven't updated that in a while for a reason, because I want to revisit some. Because I've got updates and I've got different perspectives on some of these spirits and deities. So yeah, I want to add to it differently. Anyways, thanks for being here. If you want to learn more about Hecate, check out the playlist on the channel. Over 100 videos at this point. I'm like, wow. Yeah, love her so much. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hit subscribe. Stay safe. Stay witchy. Bye.